The vast, glittering hall of the Galactic Council buzzed with confusion. Representatives of dozens of species scaled, furred, tentacled, and more murmured amongst themselves as the central holoprojector displayed a feed of the impossible, humans, laughing and thriving on Zarnath 7, a planet universally classified as a death world. Its atmosphere was a toxic cocktail of sulfur dioxide, methane, and ammonia, with crushing air pressure and scorching surface temperatures that would dissolve most biological entities within minutes. Yet, there they were, humans, walking around in minimal protective gear, building settlements, and, bafflingly, barbecuing. Dr. Velter Finax, a distinguished xenobiologist from the aquatic world of Glarnus V, stared at the holofeed in disbelief. A member of the esteemed Glarny collective, Velter had dedicated his life to cataloging the biochemical limitations of sentient species. He had seen some oddities before, such as the Slarbi, who thrived in radiation, but nothing like this. When he received approval from the council to study a human firsthand, he felt a mix of curiosity and dread. His subject, Lieutenant Max Cooper, was described as average by human standards. Average? Velter murmured, reviewing Max's dossier. The human had survived military deployments in environments ranging from Arctic tundras to desert infernos. How is this average? Max arrived at Velter's lab with an easy grin and a duffel bag slung over his shoulder. "Doc, I hear you want to figure out why we're not dead yet," he said, shaking the researcher's tentacle with vigor. Velter decided to start small. He set up a controlled simulation mimicking Zarnath 7's atmosphere, a mere fraction of its intensity. Most species would flee at the first exposure to the acrid, eye-stinging air. Max stepped into the chamber, inhaled deeply, and wrinkled his nose. "Smells like rotten eggs and gym socks. Got any air freshener?" Velter nearly dropped his datapad. Increasing the atmospheric pressure, Velter observed Max carefully. His pulse quickened, but he remained functional. "Feel like I'm back in Texas during the summer," Max said. "Hot and sticky, but nothing a beer won't fix." The experiments escalated. Velter introduced environments with acidic rain, temperatures approaching 800 degrees Kelvin, and gravity 3 times that of most standard worlds. Max adapted to each new test with a disturbing degree of nonchalance. "This one's a bit rough," Max admitted during a trial simulating 80% sulfuric acid precipitation. "Reminds me of basic training in the swamps. Can I borrow an umbrella?" Velter began to question his sanity. He reviewed countless scans of Max's physiology. The human body's combination of regenerative capabilities, multi-layered protective skin, and adaptability defied conventional biology. "You are a statistical anomaly," Velter declared. "Not really," Max replied, munching on a protein bar. "Bet any of my buddies back home would handle this just as well." Chapter 4: The Council Convenes. Word of the experiments leaked to the Galactic Council. Velter was summoned to present his findings. The chamber was packed with representatives eager to understand how humans could endure conditions that would annihilate most species. As Velter spoke, Max stood beside him, casually sipping from a water bottle that contained a liquid most beings would call corrosive. "The human species exhibits an unparalleled tolerance for environmental extremes," Velter explained, his voice quivering. "Their capacity to acclimate is illogical." "What of Zarnath 7? demanded a Serpentine counselor. "Surely even they cannot survive its true conditions." Max raised his hand. "Actually, we've set up a soccer league there. The gravity makes for killer penalty kicks." The chamber erupted in chaos. Despite the uproar, Velter couldn't help but admire humans. Their ability to endure was not merely physical but psychological. He observed how they adapted not only to their environments but also to the alien cultures around them. In one particularly memorable exchange, Max taught Velter how to roast marshmallows over a volcanic vent during a field trip to a magma-rich moon. This is what we do, Max explained, handing Velter a charred marshmallow on a stick. We figure out how to make the worst places kinda fun. Months later, Zarnath 7 was officially reclassified from uninhabitable to human-compatible. Colonists flocked to the planet, eager to mine its abundant resources and build thriving communities. Dr. Velter published his findings in the Galactic Journal of Xenobiology. The title of his paper reflected his journey, Humans, Nature's Greatest Paradox and the Galaxy's Most Resilient Species. As he watched the humans of Zarnath 7 playing soccer under an emerald sky, Velter felt a curious mixture of awe and dread. They'll either save the galaxy, he mused, or turn every death world into a theme park.